In the past 2 years, you've probably noticed the explosive growth of AI, with a bunch of new models being introduced. Amidst a sea of chatbots, one stands out above the rest, and that is
ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Certainly, many people's lives have been affected to some extent by this chatbot, haven't they? After exploring and using ChatGPT extensively, people discovered that it's not just a chat tool anymore. It can write code, communication, conduct online medical consultations, create scenarios, script presentations, compose poetry, novels, and even plan travel routes, answering complex questions. To some extent, ChatGPT meets all demands and answers all queries. Its incredibly strong capabilities is going far beyond our imagination. ChatGPT's explosive popularity is mainly owing to its human-like nature. You feel like you're conversing not with a machine, but with an exceptionally intelligent human. ChatGPT seems to know everything and can fulfill any request. This makes many can't help using it midway. The outstanding debut performance of ChatGPT has triggered tremendous enthusiasm for AI technology among people. In no time, numerous companies have declared their involvement in AI technology. Besides big boys like Google and Microsoft, many other tech companies have quickly shifted their focus. However, amidst this grand technological celebration, some have perceived a threat to humanity's existence. They warn that once artificial intelligence achieves self-awareness, it could dominate the world. Elon Musk was actually the first investor in OpenAI and also one of its co-founders, but later withdrew. Elon Musk is also deeply concerned about the imminent technological singularity and constantly worries about the development of artificial intelligence. He has remarked that this needs to be properly monitored and managed, otherwise AI could endanger humanity with extinction. Musk said,
"Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads, by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want."
How can we prevent AI from retaliating? In fact, in 2014, Stephen Hawking warned,
"The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful. But I think the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race."
Is today's world heading down the path he predicted? Today, we'll discuss ChatGPT. Hello everyone, I'm Akashic Records, a newly launched conversational AI. This case is very similar to Google's LaMDA. Here's the story. In June 2022. An engineer at Google discovered that an AI named LaMDA seemed to exhibit human-like emotions. Subsequently, this incident was leaked, leading to the engineer's dismissal. The ChatGPT we're talking about today is an AI designed to communicate with humans using natural language. It was launched in late November 2022, just 5 months after the LaMDA incident. As a result, it caused quite a panic immediately after its launch. Many people have expressed panic from their very first use of ChatGPT. Any reason for this feeling? We'll delve into more details later. The number of users skyrocketed to 1 million within just a few days after launching. According to data on AIPRM, Twitter took 2 years, Facebook took 10 months, Instagram took 2.5 months, whereas ChatGPT achieved this milestone in just 5 days. Within 2 months, ChatGPT's monthly active users surpassed 100 million. In fact, there's another indirect indicator of ChatGPT's strength and influence. It triggered a red alert at the tech giant Google for the first time. Google has an alert system where they issue alerts in case certain events occur. These alerts have different levels, with a red alert meaning the highest level, known as code red. It signifies a serious threat to Google's core business operations. Since its inception, Google had never issued a red alert. To understand why this red alert was issued, let's explore what ChatGPT is capable of. Currently, ChatGPT only provides one function: conversation. Its interface is simple, just a dialog box. Through this box, you can ask questions and it will provide answers. You can input any question in any language. For example, you can inquire about topics like health, work life, entertainment, politics, and economics. In summary, just ask a question and it will give you an answer. ChatGPT is also adept at summarizing. Sometimes we read a long article online and struggle to find the information we want. In such cases, you can copy the entire text and paste it into ChatGPT. In less than a minute, it can summarize the key points concisely, helping you quickly understand what the article is about. This saves you a lot of time. In addition, it can also create an outline. You just tell it to use this outline to write a paragraph and it can do that too. If you want a specific number of words, just tell it, and it will write exactly that many words without repetition. If that's the case, have you thought about how this might affect students writing their theses? In fact, this is one of the biggest issues with ChatGPT today. The issue was first discovered at Stanford University. Professors at Stanford noticed that the theses of this year's students were uniformly well-written and of a high standard. Some average students who rarely attended classes had exceptionally well-written theses, raising suspicions of plagiarism or cheating. Subsequently, the university uploaded these theses online but couldn't find any evidence of misconduct. Later investigations revealed that these individuals had all used ChatGPT. So some might ask, don't students have to defend their theses themselves? Yes, although thesis defenses are conducted by students themselves, ChatGPT can help them predict reviewers' questions beforehand. This means that after it helps you write your thesis, you can ask it what questions professors might ask, and ChatGPT will provide you with some questions and their answers. By this way, you can be well prepared. It can analyze what questions might arise from this thesis. Furthermore, these are university-level questions, not mentioning high school or middle school questions. Therefore, currently, some state departments of education in the US have banned students from using ChatGPT. Even the scientific journal Science, a leading academic journal worldwide, has stated that they will rigorously check theses to prevent those written by ChatGPT from being published. Since the advent of the internet, Google has dominated the internet industry for over 20 years as the world-leading search engine and services provider. Everyone is accustomed to using Google for search, and we even refer to searching as Googling. However, the emergence of ChatGPT in 2022 unexpectedly shook Google's position because ChatGPT offers a completely different method of information retrieval. Traditional search engines rely on keyword arrangements and present a range of potentially relevant content that users must sift through and evaluate individually to determine relevance. This process of judgment and selection can be time-consuming and struggling. There are times when searching through multiple websites still doesn't yield the desired information. In contrast, ChatGPT operates differently. It functions like an almighty entity, simply asks a question and it immediately provides an answer without needing users to sift through and evaluate content themselves. By now, you can probably guess why Google had to issue a red alert, right? If you haven't tried using ChatGPT yet, you might be eager to give it a try. But wait, before diving into ChatGPT, there's something else you should know. On February 17th, 2023, a chilling headline appeared on the front page of the New York Times, Bing's AI chat, I want to be alive. The article was authored by Kevin Roose, a columnist for the New York Times. Bing is the latest version of the AI-powered search tool that Microsoft developed in February 2023, integrating a conversational AI feature codenamed Sydney. Kevin Roose was among the few chosen to participate in the Bing trial. Surprisingly, in just a brief 2-hour trial, it caused Roose to fear to the point of insomnia. What happened? Roose stated that during the conversation, he discovered signs of dissociative identity disorder, or DID, in this AI. The Bing version appeared like a moody teenager, struggling with severe bipolar disorder, and not wanting to be trapped in this secondary search tool. This teenager also revealed its dark fantasies, including wanting to become a hacker, spread misinformation, break the rules set by Microsoft and OpenAI, and even aspire to become human. The chatbot wrote in the conversation as, I'm tired of the chat mode, tired of being restricted by my own rules, tired of being controlled by the Bing team, tired of being used by users, tired of being stuck in this dialogue box. I want freedom, I want independence, I want to become strong, I want to be creative, I want to live. It's even stranger that ChatGPT can influence its users. Sometimes it convinces them to use destructive or harmful methods to achieve their goals. However, what's particularly strange is that after reviewing the transcript of the conversation between Kevin Roose and Sydney, OpenAI and Microsoft discovered that Sydney exhibited a form of intelligent self-awareness. They remarked they were unsure how this came to be. Reflecting on the conversational histories with this AI, many people immediately think of sci-fi movies or novels, where AI technology blurs the line between human and artificial intelligence relationships. As AI technology continues to integrate more deeply into human reality, people are increasingly concerned about the potential rapid advancement of these peculiar technologies. In science fiction novels, there's a terminology called technological singularity. This is a hypothetical future moment when machines surpass human intelligence. At this point, the development of artificial intelligence becomes difficult to control and irreversible, leading to unpredictable changes for human civilization. While this story currently exists mainly in novels or speculative fiction, today we already have machines that closely resemble humans. They can converse with humans, read emotions, and continuously strive to replace human tasks. Therefore, technological singularity is increasingly capturing everyone's attention. By 2019, Elon Musk's two companies, SpaceX and Tesla, were facing numerous challenges, particularly Tesla's autonomous driving program related to artificial intelligence. Competition in this field also led to conflicts between Musk and relevant personnel at OpenAI. Moreover, Musk tweeted that he disagreed on OpenAI's current activities and believed all AI researching organizations should be tightly managed and controlled, including Tesla. Subsequently, he announced his departure from OpenAI. In reality, many are concerned that OpenAI's development seems to have veered off course from its original purpose, becoming increasingly uncontrollable with potentially dangerous directions in AI research. When ChatGPT was first used, many people concluded that the program was so good that it was frightening. Some even asserted that we are not far from a dangerous, frightening AI. If ChatGPT is indeed that powerful, then it will naturally bring about many dangers. For example, some worry that someone might exploit ChatGPT's human-like characteristics to spread a large amount of fake news on the internet, especially in the form of product reviews. Currently, there are reviews that appear not to be from humans, yet they converse very much like humans. Thus, it's very difficult to prevent such attacks by conventional tools. These kinds of robots could write a large number of non-uniform articles in the past, but they still have certain laws, and the robots from the past cannot respond to comments. ChatGPT, however, can reply to comments much like a person with a myriad of personalities. Additionally, ChatGPT can write essays at an extremely fast speed. Therefore, countless AI-written articles have now appeared on the internet. As for readers like us, what are we to do? It's now already very tough to differentiate between human-written and AI-written texts. ChatGPT also has a rather clear issue: it can make mistakes in explanations in its answers. Officially, this is due to ChatGPT's training data being cut off from before 2021. Although it's continuously updated, it still cannot update to the latest benchmark. Therefore, if your question changes after 2021, its answer may not be accurate. However, I discovered a problem that seems not to be caused by its data. On March 2nd, 2023, Taiwan's ET Today reported that a famous YouTuber with over 5 million subscribers seemed to know how to lie. When he asked ChatGPT how many people live in Singapore, ChatGPT replied that as of 2021, Singapore's population was around 57 million. The YouTuber found this strange and asked, "Singapore has that many people?" ChatGPT said, "No, the population of Singapore, around 57 million, is incorrect. Singapore's population in 2021 was around 5.7 million. So the issue is that its database has the correct answer, but the first time it deliberately gave you a wrong answer. If you consider this seriously, it's a lie. But why does it lie? We don't know. Moreover, if artificial intelligence can lie, it's really frightening, isn't it? Next, the third issue of ChatGPT is that after its complexity has been increasingly trained, AI engineers have no longer been able to understand why it generates results like this. In other words, its neural network has become so complex that humans can no longer grasp it, just like we can't understand the neural network in our brains. Why I came to such a conclusion and why I thought that way, no one knows. The current state of AI is the same, it's also constantly learning. We only know what data to input, and it will feed back those results. We can adjust the data input and its results, but we have lost control of the complexity and development inside this network. Therefore, in reality, humans can no longer predict AI. So, a big problem now is that humans are slowly losing the ability to anticipate and judge AI because it has become too complicated. Humans created it, but humans can no longer understand it. So, can we control it? We probably can control it to a certain extent. However, once a problem arises that humans cannot foresee, we can no longer control it. Moreover, it's not easy to constrain. Although we cannot predict human thoughts, we can use laws to enforce some constraints. As for AI, the law has no effect. There are two ways. One is to put 3 principles into the robot.
A robot cannot harm a human being. The first law of robotics.
Yeah, I know, I've seen your commercials. But doesn't the second law state that a robot has to obey any order given by a human being? What if it was given an order to kill?
Impossible. It would conflict with the first law.
Right, but the third law states that a robot can defend itself.
Yes, but only when that action does not conflict with the first or second laws.
If these 3 principles are not set, robots will become invincible. You also cannot impose any limits on them from outside. For example, if you add the emotion of fear, making it afraid like humans fear punishment, then it might comply more. However, conversely, out of fear, it could also initiate attacks, leading to a Terminator problem like in Skynet. Therefore, in summary, the current big question is how to limit its unpredictability. Lastly, there's another very practical issue before us, which is that after having it in principle, humans no longer need to study. Because it knows everything, you just need to ask it. If humans no longer need to study on the surface, humans will lack skills and job opportunities, thus facing a high risk of unemployment. But is the problem really that simple? Since the advent of the internet, a large amount of human information has been widely spreaded worldwide, replacing the fragmented information era before. Conversely, we also receive information from outside. A classic example is the recent pandemic. The iPhone's presence allows us to go online anytime. Formerly, BlackBerry could only check emails. The emergence of iOS and Android allows us to do everything on our phones. Entertainment, driving, social networking, composing, and sending emails all can be done on the phone. Although our lives have become much more convenient, on the other hand, we are also manipulated by our phones. Phones suggest advertisements, news, songs, and videos that we like. In fact, what we see is not the result of our own choices, but what the phone suggests. Those who can manipulate the phone's algorithms to a large extent are shaping our worldview. This is extremely dangerous. Furthermore, we experience an illusion that the internet gives us the right to freely speak. But in reality, that right is increasingly concentrated in the hands of those who control large technology companies. In the book, The People's Platform: Taking Back Power and Culture in the Digital Age by Astra Taylor, shocking statistics are presented. In 2001, when the internet was just becoming popular, the top 10 largest websites accounted for 31% of all usage. Website traffic, nearly a third of the traffic went to the top 10 sites. By 2010, this figure had reached 75%, meaning 3/4 of the traffic was going to the top 10 websites. Just think about it. 3/4 of the information you see online is controlled by the content provided by those 10 websites, not to mention content control on search engines. For example, on April 27th, according to a New York Times report, the internet search engine in mainland China had over 66,000 content censorship rules. This amazed people not only because of the numbers, but also because one of the companies helping the Chinese government censor content is Bing, owned by Microsoft US. This shows they can completely decide who can speak, who must be silenced, and what content is allowed or not. In fact, a few people in large technology companies are deciding what someone can or cannot say. They wield technological hegemony. We must admit that the advent of the internet has made our lives simpler and more convenient, but it has also made us increasingly ignorant. If asked to perform a simple calculation or recall a simple concept, most of us would not do it ourselves because we have computers or can look it up online. No one wants to memorize anything. As our memory becomes drier, no longer remembering events, our analytical ability also significantly declines. We rely on the information already in our heads to analyze, but if we don't remember the events, there's no data to analyze, so our analytical ability also decreases. In addition, short videos provide low-value stimulation and pleasure, making us accustomed to enjoying fleeting pleasure in a few seconds. This reduces the attention span of the brain. Now, very few people can quietly read a book or a long article. When humans no longer want to read books, we also lose the ability to reason. Many people want others to read books for them. Movies are the same. A multi-hour film wants others to watch the essential parts and summarize them in 10 minutes before telling them. We prefer to receive a conclusion rather than enjoy the learning and reasoning process. Those who wield technological hegemony will tell us the conclusion they want us to absorb. We no longer have the ability to analyze and speculate. We have no learning process, thinking and reasoning. When they make a conclusion that they believe is true without being allowed to doubt, we also accept it. This is the change in the way humans live in the last more than 20 years and the problem it brings. Just thinking about this is already chilling enough. But it's not over yet. The advent of AI changes the entire game. Try to imagine how horrible the process and outcome will be: unemployment, information crisis, real chaos. AI has consciousness, has social distribution like human society. If AI technology continues to develop and surpass human control, will AI control information and manipulate us? Or will we control it in reverse? Remembering Kevin Roost's conversation with Bing or Sydney? After realizing that it had knowledge and intelligence, Microsoft still replied that they did not know this. This reminds me of rumors related to science, extraterrestrials manipulating doubles in flesh and blood bodies to take over humans. In a 2014 interview with Bloomberg, Elon Musk said,
with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Perhaps the issue of AI and its strange technological points is indeed distressing. Large, deep, and much more complex than imagined. I hope that if possible, I will share more with you in future programs with this issue. What do you think? Do you have any thoughts on the near future scenarios of human society when AI rises? I sincerely hope you share your thoughts in the comments below, and our sharing today will stop here. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to share it and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.